Today, we're talking about something that'll make or break your homestead. Building the right habits. Whether you're just starting out or just want to improve your current homesteading life, building the right, small, consistent habits can really change how you get things done. And I'm going to show you what's worked for me. I'm going to talk about 3 different methods in this video that can help you organize your tasks and build your habits better. And I'm just going to touch on them briefly. If you want more information about any of these topics, please let me know down in the comments and I can definitely do that for you. So we're going to talk about stacking habits, time blocking, and batching your tasks. Homesteading can be a crazy, chaotic lifestyle. There's always something that needs done: gardening, weeding, building fence, feeding animals, the list goes on. You might think that there's no way you'll get it all done. And it's not that you're lazy, it's not that you don't want to put in the work, it's that you're having a hard time building consistent habits. Here's where the challenge lies. How do you take all of these homesteading tasks that need to be done and turning them into routines that's going to be manageable for you and that's going to work with your lifestyle? And of course, avoiding the burnout. So how can you make this work for you and your homestead? It's easy. Pick one small task that you know you need to work on and break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. Stacking habits is when you take something that you already do, for instance, a morning cup of coffee, and then you choose to add on another small task that you want to create into a habit. So let's say you need to get into the habit of feeding the animals. Let's do that right after you finish your morning cup of coffee. Then you'll link the two, and before you know it, it'll just become a habit that when you're done drinking your morning coffee, something you have already done for years, you're going to automatically head outside to go take care of those animals and give them breakfast. Another example would be to, first thing in the morning, go out and check on your plants. Make sure you water your high priority plants in the morning, like you're drinking your coffee in the morning, you're hydrating yourself, you're waking yourself up. You need to do the same thing with your plants. So go do that right after your cup of coffee, or wow, take it with you. Here are some other ideas for habit stacking. Now here's where stacking habits and breaking them down into smaller bite-sized chunks comes in. And if you haven't read Atomic Habits by James Clear, I definitely recommend reading it. That's one of the methods that he talks about in this book, is stacking habits. And one example that I'd like to point out is my garden from last year. See if I can get this whole garden. It's really messy right now, but last year I got one of our trees was cut down, and I had a giant pile of mulch that I wanted to spread in the garden. Now, instead of spending a whole day getting the whole family involved, which yes is always a great idea, but not always possible. Everyone has their own schedules and lives. We have to make this work for us and our lifestyle, right? So what I did is every morning I would take 2 wheelbarrows of that mulch and spread it in my garden. And so taking about that, it was probably 20 minutes every morning, and breaking it down into smaller, more manageable chunks, I was able to spread this whole garden by myself within about a month. And it looked great. It looked gorgeous. It did its purpose. I do need more this year, but that's not the point. Most of the times it's easier when you have a large task ahead of you, or if it just feels overwhelming, it's easier to break them down into smaller, manageable chunks, bite-sized chunks. It makes it seem more doable and it's less stressful on you, and it still gets the job done. It helps you stay motivated and gets tasks just checked off your list. These are all my broccoli starts. I planted probably about 30 out in my garden over the weekend. They're under a row cover because it's still kind of cold at night, and I was starting to get tired and I didn't get them all done. So I went ahead and I just potted them, and they're going to live in the greenhouse for a few more weeks until I have the time and the energy to get back out there and get them done. And you know what? That's okay. This is all about making it work for you, and these new tasks, these habits, everything that you're building, it has to work for you. So you need to make it work with your lifestyle and your family. It's possible. You just might have to finagle some things. What other tasks can you think of on your homestead that would make it easier to do if you broke them down into smaller bite-sized chunks? What's the method behind this? How does this even work? So going back to the book I referenced earlier by James Clear, Atomic Habits, it's all about creating those small habits. Our brain craves wins. It doesn't matter how small they are. So by starting off small, they're easier to stick with. You build momentum and it makes you want to keep going. You want these habits to last. So make sure you're building small habits that you can stick with and make sure they fit into your lifestyle. You forget to do those tasks and it's just not working out. Just start again. It's okay. You may need to get creative to find ways that's going to make it work for you to get some of these new habits to stick. And that's okay. You have to remember that everybody's journey is going to look different. There is no roadmap to this thing called life. There's extra rest stops and forks in the road and different signs for everyone. So you just need to figure out what's going to work best for you and your family. And if you forget to do something or it's just not working out, maybe you need to try something different. Go a different way about it. Try doing it at a different time of the day. Stack it with something else that you're already doing. Just keep at it. Don't give up. There's a way for you to make this all work out. And you might just have to try again. And that's okay. Just don't give up. And when you first start out, I do recommend keeping some kind of a calendar or a planner to help, first off, help you remember when you start doing them, what new tasks and what new habits you're trying to make. And then after you get into a habit of it, it's kind of like a small accomplishment you get to check off every day that you remember to do it. So batching tasks is a process of taking a bunch of tasks that are similar or in the same area, and when you're spacing out all of your tasks, you group them together and you get them done all at the same time. It's efficient, it increases productivity, it'll reduce stress, and you'll get everything done so much faster. I'm going to batch some tasks right now. I just got off work and I'm going to do a walk around and check on all the animals, and I'm going to gather some eggs all at the same time. You can time block your day. Instead of thinking you have to spend all day on one task, break it down into more manageable bite-sized chunks and take 10 to 15 minutes every day to accomplish it. Put it into blocks. And remember, homesteading is all about consistency, not perfection. So start small, build slowly, and you'll create those long-lasting habits that'll have your homestead working with you and not against you. Okay, so you're going to start small. Start with small tasks. You're going to time block your day. You're going to batch your tasks. And then you're going to start habit stacking. I want you to keep track of your progress. Celebrate all those little wins. And make sure to give yourself grace. It's okay if you don't hit it on the mark every single day when you first start. Just get back out there and get back at it and start over. It's all right. All these little things will eventually add up and it will become a habit before you know it, and it's just second nature. And as always, thanks for watching, and tell me down in the comments, what new habit are you going to create this week?